watching Faith Unscripted, coming to you from the greater Chicago area. Now, here's Pastor Moses.
Sometimes a house can be totally out of whack because everybody is feuding because they feel like somebody is getting a level of favor that the other person is not getting. And please hear me good, y'all. It's hard to support somebody you don't like. I just said something there. I said it's hard to support somebody that you don't like. The Bible says that Joseph's brothers disliked him so much that they didn't even have it within them to support Joseph. The Bible says it was so bad that they couldn't even say a kind word to Joseph. They couldn't even talk to him. And it was their feuding that killed their ability to support anything that Joseph did. You see, you have to be careful, especially as a parent or the head of your family, that you do not favor or do something for one family member that you don't do for the other. Because anytime there is favoritism in a family, I'm telling you, somebody is going to get jealous. And please hear me good. Jealousy kills support. And there are some people in your family who would love to support you, but jealousy won't let them. And this is why back in the day, I remember when I was growing up back in Macon, Georgia, my father, he didn't play that. Matter of fact, if my brother got some candy, whether I deserve it or not, he made sure that he gave me some too. And I used to love that. But at the same time, if my brother did something wrong, when he came in the house, I had to bend over too. Although I didn't do nothing, he wasn't going to whoop one without whooping the other. He would tell you, I know you did something, I just didn't see it. And so just to make things fair, he gave everybody good stuff. He gave everybody the butt whoopings. Why? Because he never wanted there to be a system that one child felt as if they were being favored more than the other child, because they understood that if I start that, they will never be able to support each other. And some of you know right now, you got grown brothers and sisters. Y'all not talking. Y'all not communicating. Some of you got cousins that you don't talk to, because back in the day in grandmama's house, grandmama loved you more than she loved me. She would cook you a hamburger, wouldn't cook me no hamburger, and you still don't like each other. You're grown. Come on, you're grown and robust, but you still can't stand each other. Why? Because the pain is still there. And that's why I encourage every family. We're in a season that we can't allow anything to hinder us from supporting one another. And this is why let me encourage every family who's listening to me today, that today you need to establish a new rule. And here's the rule, that when it comes to support, there will be no person left behind. Come on, somebody type on your computer, type on your phone, no person left behind. Come on, I said when it comes to support in your house, there will be no person left behind. I'm talking about the husband. He won't be left behind. I'm talking about the kids. They won't be left behind. And I'm sure talking about the wife, because sometimes the wife catch it the worst, because they're always there supporting other people, but the first time they need support, they can't find support. No, the devil is a lie. There will be no person left behind. I decree and declare everybody in your house is going to feel supported. The roaches is going to feel supported. Come on, the rats is going to feel support. Come on, look at somebody and say, everybody going to get support. I love it, because in order for us to cover our house and protect our house, there must be support. And can I tell you this? Each member of the family must be supported in special ways. Number one, make up your mind that as it relates to my family, we're going to support each other, number one, with physical presence. That anytime somebody needs our presence, we're going to be there. Anytime somebody needs us to show up somewhere, we're going to show up. It's just sometimes something about somebody showing up. It's something about somebody being there. Remember, God loved us so much that he came and wrapped himself in flesh and he showed up. And one writer said he was amongst us. We felt him. We touched him. He was real, because it's something about somebody coming down and you're able to feel their presence. Don't you know it's hard sometimes preaching in an empty sanctuary? Oh, but I thank God for my wife, because sometimes she'll still be right there. Preach, boy. Say it, boy. Preach, boy. And it's something about the presence that will help you get through a tough season. Something about somebody's presence that will help you through a rough time. And you need to make up in your family that when it comes to support, we're going to have physical presence. If anybody need our presence, we are willing to stop whatever we got to do, take some time off to show up and to give our family member what they need. Not only will we have physical presence, but number two, we'll have excitement and enthusiasm. Because, you know, some folk will play games with you. They'll show up, but they'll show up with an attitude. Come on, they'll show up, but they have nonverbal communication. They'll have everything on the come on, they let you know, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be a part of that. But I rebuke that demon. I'm talking about when you show up, you're going to be present. When you show up, you ain't going to be on Facebook scrolling. When you show up, you ain't going to be on Twitter and Instagram. But when you show up, you're going to be excited. You're going to be enthusiastic. And matter of fact, anytime they talk about their vision, anytime they talk about what God is doing in their life, you're going to be excited about it. You're going to be enthusiastic about it. Why? Because that's what support looks like. I'm telling you, man, when it comes to supporting our families, we got to be physically present. We got to have excitement and enthusiasm. And then thirdly, we got to support them by speaking and sowing. That every time they tell us about what they need us for or whatever they're doing, we're going to speak well of it. We ain't going to talk about it. We ain't going to run it in the ground. We're going to have effective communication. We're going to encourage them and not discourage them. When they tell us their vision, we're going to speak about where they're going, not where they are. We're going to speak well of it, and then we're going to invest in them. We're going to help them. We're going to sow in them. We're going to pour into, y'all ain't saying that in their home, but that's what real support looks like. And I'm telling you, in times like these, what families need more than anything else is to know that the people I have around me, the people I have in my house, they support me and they got my back. And y'all, please hear me good. If we fail to support our family members equally, eventually there will be some drama in the family. Hear me good. I say if we fail not only to support our family, but this is big, but to support our family equally, I promise you sooner or later there's going to be some drama. Y'all ain't saying nothing in that family. If you just do for one but ignore the other one, sooner or later there's going to be some drama in that family, because you can't be with the kids 24/7. And when they're outside by themselves, boom, 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 there could be some drama in the family. Be careful, spouses, how you invest all your time in your child, but never got time for your spouse. One day, that child going to get grown, and they're going to start smelling themselves and want a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and they ain't going to want you to be all up in their face. They ain't going to want you picking them up. They ain't going to want you kissing all over them. And then you're going to need somebody to hang with. Be careful who you neglect at breakfast time, because you may need them at dinner time. I'm telling you, you got to make sure that the support is equally spread out through the house. Because one of the things that kills support, the story says, the text says, number one is favoritism. But can I go deeper? Because this story of Jacob's family teaches us that the second thing that kills support is lack of fairness. Hear me good, y'all. Lack of fairness kills support. Because y'all watch what the Bible says. The Bible says that, watch this, after Joseph got his special coat from his father, the Bible says that the next thing that happened, now watch this, is that he had a dream. Genesis 37 verse 5 says it was one night Joseph had a dream. And watch this, he told his brothers about it, and they hated him more than ever. Now, ain't that something? Please understand that Joseph's brothers hated him before he had the dream. Remember now, before he ever had the dream, they already hated him because of favoritism. So understand, the issue is not his dream, it's the fact that he had the dream. Because some people cannot support you because they just don't like you. And it's not your dream that they hate, it is you that they hate. And because you had it, because it's your vision, their problem ain't with the vision or the dream, but their problem is with the one who's having the vision and having the dream. Because the reality is sometimes the excitement of your dream reminds people of the dullness of their life. And can I preach to somebody? Because God told me to tell somebody that this year it is your season to dream so big that your haters can't stand it. Come on. I said this year you got to dream so big that you make people upset. Sometimes you got to dream so big that you upset people who don't want to see you go to the next level. The Bible said Joseph dreamed so big that his brothers hated when his brothers heard about the dream. They lost it. They hated Joseph. They could not stand him. And watch why. Because it's in Genesis 37 verse 6. Joseph says, listen to this dream, he said. We were out in the field tying up bundles of grain, and suddenly my bundle stood up, and all your bundles all gathered around and bowed low before mine. And his brothers responded, Moses' hearing virgin, oh, no, he didn't. Oh, no, he didn't. They said, so you think you will be our king, do you? And do you think you actually will reign over us? And they hated him all the more because of his dream and the way he talked about them. Now, notice here, because Joseph has a dream. Now, watch it. And in his dream, it suggests that he would rule over his brothers. And you can imagine that when Joseph's brothers heard this, they hated him worse than they even hated him before. Because what they felt about the dream was that the dream was not fair. They said, how is it, Joseph, you being one of the youngest children, gonna reign over us, the oldest? Because in that culture, the older sons were the ones to be considered rulers and to be leaders of the family. But Joseph was so big stuff, he said, I don't care that I'm the youngest. Y'all gonna have to bow down to me, and I will rule and reign over y'all. And you already know what happened when his brothers heard that. They were ready to get him. They hated him, and they had vengeance in their heart towards him. Now, come on, let's be fair, because let's bring some balance to this, because, y'all, there are really two things that's going on here that is causing this family not to support one another. Number one, it is Joseph's arrogance. And number two, it is the brothers' jealousy. Yeah, first of all, you got to see it. It's Joseph's arrogance, because you would think that after Joseph had the first dream and it rubbed the brothers the wrong way, that he would stop right there. No. Verse 9 says that Joseph had another dream. And in his second dream, he suggested this time that not only would his brothers bow down to him, but either his mother and his father, they would bow down too. And after Jacob heard about this dream, he said, boy, I love you more than anybody, but now I got a problem with you, because you talking about I'm your father, and I'm going to have to bow down to you. See, understand, the issue is not Joseph having a dream, but it's the fact that his dream is insulting his family. And there is nothing wrong with being excited about what's going on in your life. There's nothing wrong with being excited about what God is doing in your life, but you don't have to degrade others in order to build yourself up. I just said something there. I said you don't ever have to degrade others in order to build yourself up. And it looks like that's what Joseph was doing as he was articulating his dream, as he was building himself up. He was insulting other people. And sometimes family members cannot be supportive towards other family members because some family members are just a little too arrogant. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Come on, if you're sitting beside them or standing beside somebody who arrogant, once again, just keep looking up and just mumble, they arrogant, they arrogant, they arrogant. Because y'all, sometimes if you want the family to get along, every now and then you got to learn how to humble yourself and respect other people and value other people. Come on, let's be fair. There is no doubt that part of the problem in this family is Joseph's arrogance, but at the same time, we have a problem with the brothers' jealousy. Because here it goes, the brothers could have took the high road and said, hey, Joe, you know what? You are a little arrogant, but listen, man, if you saying you're going to blow up like that, hey, listen, we proud of you. Listen, we just happen to have somebody from the family to blow up. We happen to have somebody from the family who's going to do well. We happy for you. We okay with you. They could have encouraged him. They could have supported him, but maybe they was mad at him because when he told his dream, it was Joseph blowing up and not them. Maybe they start have a player-hater spirit that they say, hey, we can't support you, Joseph, because we are upset that you're blowing up and we're still staying at the same level. See, quiet as it's kept, you got some people in your life and in your family who can't support you because they got a player-hater spirit. They can't celebrate your new house because they are mad that they still staying in an apartment. They can't celebrate you when you get a new car because they're mad that they still riding the bus. But see, there's a level of maturity that you have to get to in life, that you learn how to shout for other people for what God is doing in their life, that you grow to the point that you say, I may not have what you have, but I can thank God for what God is doing in your life, because I know if I stay faithful, if I support you, it's only a matter of time that God's going to show up in my neighborhood and take care of me. Come on, somebody type, don't hate, don't hate, don't hate, don't hate. Come on, the Bible says that this family is in the middle of a feud, and it's all because they cannot support each other. And y'all, please hear me good. As families, we should be supporting each other if nobody else would do the supporting. And the Bible says, watch it, Joseph's brothers could not be happy for him. Why? Because they felt his dream and what he was experiencing, watch it, it was not fair. And please hear me good. Anytime in a family someone feels as if they are not being treated fairly, it will always lead to a lack of support. Anytime somebody in the family feels like they keep on getting the short end of the stick, anytime somebody in the family feels like everybody's going up but me, everybody's fulfilling their goals but me, everybody is going to the next level, and they feel as if they have been unfairly treated, I'm here to tell you at some level that family will lack support. I got to get out of here. Y'all getting tired of me. The text says when you look at Jacob's family, it's simple, y'all, that the family struggled with support. Number one, because why? Favoritism kills support. Number two, a lack of fairness, it will kill support. But then third and finally, the text says constant fighting kills support. Because once Joseph's brothers heard about his dream, they couldn't take it anymore. They said, we had enough. And at that point, they just got in fight mode. They said, I'm tired of this boy. He think he all of that. He think he know it all. It got so bad, y'all, hear me good, that they hated Jacob so much that they thought about killing him. It got so bad, they said, we got to take this boy out. But then Reuben, the oldest brother, he said, no, we can't be that crazy. We can't be that wretched. He is our blood. So the Bible said they came to the agreement, we just going to beat him up, take his coat, and we're going to throw him in a pit. And the Bible says that they did that. They found Joseph in the field one day. They took the coat that Jacob, his father, gave him. They beat him up and they threw him in an empty pit. But after a little time went by, they felt bad about it. So they take him out of the pit, and watch this. They sell him into slavery. And ain't that sad? The same brothers who perhaps should have been supporting him, the same brothers who should have been lifting him up and supporting him, they are literally selling him out. And it's sad because they sell their own brother into slavery. Why? Because they can't help but fight against each other. They can't help but go at each other. And ain't it amazing? Because I believe with all my heart that if Jacob's family would have spent the energy they spent fighting each other, supporting each other, they would have had a much better family. And how many of you can testify that a lot of our families would be better right now if we took the same energy and spent the same time that we spend fighting each other? We take that same energy and passion and we use it to support each other. Can you imagine how better our families would be? The Bible said they were just fighting so much that they weren't thinking about support. And the same brothers, watch it, who should have been supporting their brothers, watch it, they literally sold him out. Because the energy they spent trying to fight against him, if they just would have spent that energy supporting him, Jacob's family would have been better. But I just can't close this word out on a bad note, because I can hear somebody right now saying, Pastor, you're preaching my life story, because I feel like Joseph. I feel like I'm the one that's always been the outcast in my family. I'm the one that's always been done wrong. I'm the one that my parents love everybody else more than me. And you're at a place in your life where you feel you have no support, that nobody's there for you, that nobody can help you. Can I shout you real quick? Because what I like about the story of Joseph is that the story of Joseph teaches us, even when your family lets you down, and even when there's nobody in your life that supports you, if God got his hands on you, can't nobody stop you. Here's the shout: when God is with you, it doesn't matter if people support you or not, God will have your back. Come on now. I wish I had some help up in here. Come on, look at somebody and say, God's got my back. God's got my back. Because let me tell you this, after they sold Joseph into slavery, y'all, something funny happened. Joseph went on an amazing journey in life. And although he had some ups and downs, at the end of Joseph's journey, he eventually became the prince of Egypt, which means everything his brothers did to tear him down, God used it to blow him up. Ain't that just like God? Because when God is with you and you know God got your back, everything people do to tear you down, God will use it to blow you up. Y'all, Joseph blew up and he became the prince of Egypt, which means if God got you, can't nobody stop you. Come on, somebody type, I can't be stopped. Come on, somebody type again, I can't be stopped. And can I encourage somebody today, is when you stick with God and you hold on to his hands, even when your family lets you down, God will take care of you. But here's the reality, y'all. I really believe, though, if Joseph walked up in here right now and pushed me out the way, it could speak to everybody online. I really believe with all my heart he would say, Pastor Moses, you showed right. That's my testimony. When my family forsake me, God still took care of me. But I believe Joseph would say today, Pastor Moses, it would have been a whole lot better, though, if my brothers would have just had my back. Pastor Moses, I wouldn't have to go through the pit. I wouldn't have to be in prison. I didn't have to be lied on. I wouldn't have to go through all that I went through if just my family, my blood would have had my back. And here's the question. We got family members who are going through crazy things because here's the reality. Nobody has their back. And maybe God is calling somebody today to say, go find Joseph. Maybe God is calling somebody today to say, stop hating on Joseph. Maybe God is telling somebody today, it's time to stop all the foolishness and all the fighting, and it's time to bring this family together. And I love it, y'all, because Jacob's family teaches us that if a family is going to support each other, don't miss this, you got to avoid favoritism, you got to adhere to fairness, and you got to abolish all the fighting. And I don't know who I'm preaching to, but that's a word for somebody. If your family is going to make it through this tough season, you've got to make up in your mind right now. We're going to avoid favoritism. We're going to treat everybody the same. We're going to adhere to fairness. We're going to treat everybody equally. We're going to give the same thing to everybody at the same time and give them what they need, and we're going to abolish fighting. This ain't going to be a World War III in this house. We ain't going to be cussing and fussing at each other. But for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. What happens when Corona is over? What happens when Corona is over and now things are back to normal? Would your family have taken such a hit that it cannot recover? Would your marriage have taken such a hit that it can't be restored? Will your kids have taken such a hit that they can't be put back together again? Don't wait till it's over to get your family right. Hear me good. Now is the time to get your house in order. Who am I talking to today? And maybe right now, somebody's hearing my voice and say, Pastor, I need support. I need support. It's amazing because when God has his hands on your life, it doesn't matter what people do to you, they cannot stop you. Come on, that's your first shout right there for somebody. When God's hands is on you.
Join us every Sunday virtually at 8 a.m. or 11 a.m. on Facebook Live, live stream, or YouTube for a powerful, impactful word.
Remember now, that's 2 opportunities to get your praise on at 8 a.m. or 11 a.m. every Sunday. Watch us live on Facebook or live stream. Faith Movers Academy wants to be part of your child's educational journey. At FMA, we believe every child is a scholar and every scholar has a divine purpose and gift from God. Birthed out of the vision of our senior pastor, Faith Movers Academy is an innovative, Christ-centered, culturally relevant academic institution that believes in personalized learning. At FMA, we believe in hands-on learning, exploring our world through field trips, and giving each scholar an educational experience tailor-made for their learning style. At FMA, Faith Movers Academy will serve children ages 3 to 4 and offer grades kindergarten through 5th grade. Registration is open. Drop by for a tour or come to one of our many open house opportunities. Support the vision. For more information, go to www.faithmoversacademy.org or call 708-279-1012. Remember, Faith Movers Academy, where we are building faith, developing scholars, and revolutionizing education. Join the movement.
Thank you for watching Faith Unscripted with Pastor Moses. If you're ever in the greater Chicago area, Pastor Moses would like to personally invite you to see him live at Faith Movers Church. Faith Movers Church is located 25 minutes from the city of Chicago at 425 Exchange Street, University Park, Illinois, 60484. You can join us every Sunday at 11 a.m. and on Wednesday at noon and 7:30 p.m. We know this will be a transformational experience. Once again, thank you for watching Faith Unscripted with Pastor Moses. And remember, whatever you do, be a faith mover.